moved just like a tree that's planted by the water. I shall not be moved. Daddy was going to be an opera singer, but he went to war instead. Oh, God, I love music. Music and Poland, and mime, and theater, and film, dance, and drawing. I'm a dilettante. I dilly-dally in all the arts. I have a lot of visions, but I find it hard to hold one because, well, then the next one comes, and then the next one comes, and the next one comes, and then I have to cook dinner. Hope you know what I mean. And then there's the news. See, I mean, I have to listen and listen and listen to the news. But then the news gets so depressing that I get a book and I just read for a couple days straight to get away from the news and the dark visions. Well, then I'm off my time schedule at work and someone's hassling me over something that didn't get finished. I don't have time to work on the visions. Maybe you'd like to see my vegetable soap opera? Look, when I get it worked out, I'm going to perform it on street corners all over America. The Union is behind me, I shall not be moved. Man, why are you always singing crap like that? Because I like inspirational music. Yeah, well, so do I. I'm in the mood for love. Ooh, you're kind of cute. Yeah, you think so? Simply because you're near me. Ooh, I like those bumps all over your body. You do? Would you like to feel some of them? Okay. I bet you've been told 1,000,000 times that you're the color of passion. No, never. Oh, you are. Oh, come over here and touch my bumps. I simply can't wait any longer. Oh. 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 I think I love you. I love you too. Let's get married and live happily ever after. Okay. I don't know, I don't think there's enough conflict yet. I mean, love seems to be full of it. You should see the unbelievable things that Rebecca and Miranda do to each other, but it's like they can hardly breathe without each other. Kelly and I are always putting each other through changes, but I can feel so happy in his arms. You know what, I got this bag in Poland. Where I go, this bag goes. I mean, I saw all the art I wish I had done in Poland. I wrote a story about Nora going to a dance. Well, Nora was wearing this gown, this long gown, pink with sequins and black patent leather shoes and black silk gloves. Well, everybody wanted to dance with Nora. I mean, she was the belle of the ball. Though there was one problem. Nora didn't have a head. Well, Ezra danced every single slow dance with Nora and then took her out to the garden to steal a kiss. So he tried to kiss Nora, but he couldn't figure out how because she had no head. And so he asked Nora if he could kiss her, but poor Nora couldn't answer because she had no voice. So she just stood there in her pink gown, waiting. I wrote that story for Rebecca. Oh, Rebecca. You know, one of the times that I was the most scared in my life was in Washington at the big anti-war protest. I got hit in the head with a billy club, thrown in jail with about 100 other people. We were all hurt and bleeding. We were all so scared. But we started singing. And people from the cells around us started singing with us. And we were just this throb of music. The answer, my friend, is blowing in the wind. The answer is blowing in the wind.
How many roads must a man walk down before they call him a man? before their forever band. The answer, my friend, is blowing in the wind. The answer is blowing in the wind.
Warren and I met in prison. He was directing an improvisation with these inmates in a rehabilitation program. They were having problems because nobody liked to work with words. I was a writer, so they called me for help. The message had to be heavily anti-drug, so Warren called it "The Wrong Horse to Ride," and everyone died of a heroin overdose. Warren made the pictures. I made the words. I loved him. He was all arms, all legs, wild country bumpkin who never thought he was good enough, strong enough, important enough. I thought he was. Last time I saw Warren before he got sick, I went to visit him at his mama's. Florence had emphysema, and she had called him home for her death.
The last time my boy was home with me, I told him that I thought I could take his death better than he could mine. He was 33 years old. I never thought there was any chance that he would be the first to go, but he did. He was all I had. I didn't have my husband, Wiley, then. He had married Helen. So Warren was all there was that was important to me. I was in the hospital with this emphysema that I have. I couldn't hardly get a breath of air. They let me come home, so I called my boy. Told him he better come home from San Francisco, visit his mother before she died. He was a good boy. He came home. Warren, could you come in here and talk to me?
Okay.
What's that you got on?
It's my new jacket. I was sewing while you were sleeping.
Sounded to me like you were playing the piano.
Well, I didn't do that till I heard your respirator.
Is that jacket what you were cutting up all over the house in the middle of the night?
Yes.
Don't wear that jacket to my funeral. I want you to wear a suit. Do you have a suit?
Yes.
I would like to see it.
It'll look better once it's ironed.
I hope so. You're the only son I've got. I would like for people to think I raised you decent.
It fits perfect. It'll look better once it's ironed. I got it at Goodwill for $6 this year. Never even worn it.
Well, maybe you'll get the chance.
Well, maybe not.
Iron it anyhow.
I will. I can iron my jacket anyhow.
Is Rebecca still coming?
Yes.
Don't you want to straighten up the house, son? You got stuff in every room. Are all your friends coming to visit while we spend my last few days together?
Just Kelly and Rebecca!
Warren was like a pig in a poke when he was born. He didn't want to come out head first. He wanted to stick out an arm or a leg, even if it killed us both. Now, I was in labor forever while he was making up his mind which way he was coming out. Or if he was coming out at all.
That sounds just like him.
Oh, look at this picture. Now, Warren has a hat on in this picture because Warren didn't want to have any picture made. Warren was mad, so he took the scissors and chopped a big chunk out of the back of his hair. Wiley and I found a hat and put it on him, and I think he liked that. So he had his picture made.
It's a wonderful picture.
You love my boy, don't you?
Yes, I always have.
You two talk more than anybody I know. My phone bill is going to be $200. Did you sit up last night talking all night?
Most of it.
What do you talk about?
We talked about you last night.
You did? I wish Warren could find work he wanted closer to home.
He really likes San Francisco.
That's what he keeps saying.
I think he looks good.
I don't know if I like those red boots. Most of the men I know don't wear high heels. Did you see his jacket? It's creative, isn't it? Warren says men in San Francisco wear things like that. You don't see much of it around here.
How are you feeling?
Oh, I feel all right. I can't do much for myself, though. I just watch television and sleep.
I fixed bay scallops and shrimp in butter and wine. I used the Lenox crystal, the Wedgwood china. Mama hadn't had it out of the cabinet in 10 years, so I had to wash everything. I used the blue linen tablecloth and the gray napkins. There were no flowers, so I picked some greenery and made a centerpiece. We had some drinks. Mama didn't eat much, but she did ask for a second drink.
I can sleep so much better when Warren plays the piano. All during the time he was growing up, he'd come home from someplace or other that he had been, sit down and play the piano. I knew that he was home, and he was safe.
I didn't know he played until I got here.
Oh, Warren does a little bit of everything.
I like his drawings.
Do you? He draws on everything, every little scrap of paper.
I like the ones on napkins best.
Oh, Warren,
Yes, Mama, did you call me?
play that song I like so much.
Which song?
Well, I don't know the name of it. You know that one I like. That's not the one. That's the one you always play for me. I wish I could keep Warren here with me.
I wish he would stay on the East Coast, but I think he feels that he needs to be in San Francisco. He has a lot of new friends out there.
Somebody called Joff, called here at 2 a.m. this morning. Do you know him?
No, Warren has talked about him, though.
San Francisco is just too far away.
Kelly, you've got to come out here. It's freedom, Kelly. I can walk down the street in drag and nobody would care. It's freedom to finally be me. And it's beautiful. I've got lemon trees in my backyard, hills all around me, bars everywhere. Got so much history of gay struggle. You're gonna love this. I just volunteered to work on the Harvey Milk Archives. Kelly, don't you want to come be with me in San Francisco?
Sure I do.
Well, so when are you coming?
Maybe at the end of this tour, maybe next summer, maybe sooner.
Well, you have to meet Joff.
Warren came to my wedding. Joe thought Warren's energy was pretty crazy. I thought Warren was so excited about San Francisco that he couldn't hold himself back. Joe and I had a wonderful wedding in our garden. A real huge, wonderful wedding in December. Warren was filled up with excitement.
Rebecca, I just got home from a wedding. Sam and Joe got married. They got married in the garden. Married. They got married.
I think Warren likes San Francisco. He has a lot of new friends out there.
Warren, I was wondering, do you ever meet any homosexuals out there? I saw a parade on the TV news and there were thousands and thousands of homosexuals. They were marching and there were more than that watching. It was for Gay Pride Day, I think. Isn't that what it was called, Wiley?
Yeah, I don't see what they got to be so proud of.
Well, I want to know about them. I have never met a homosexual.
You probably have.
I think I have. Of course, I guess you can't tell by looking at somebody.
I think I could tell.
I doubt it, Daddy.
So, have you ever met any?
Yes. I've met a lot.
Well, I would like to meet one.
After Helen asked me that, I knew I had to tell Mama and Daddy. I mean, Mama was so sick. I was afraid if I didn't get a chance to tell her before I left, she might die not knowing. I mean, I was the only child. There was going to be no legacy, no grandchildren. I wanted people to know. So Joff is not just my friend. He's more than my friend. We mean a lot more to each other than that. We have a relationship.
Are you gay?
Yes.
Joff is that one that called you up in the middle of the night, isn't he?
Yes.
You talked to him for more than an hour.
I want to talk to him all the time.
My boy is gay.
Daddy,
Yes, Warren.
do you have anything to say?
I don't understand it.
Is that all?
Well, have there been others?
Yes. And women too.
But you like the men better than the women.
Yes.
I don't understand it.
I'm sorry about grandchildren.
So am I.
Daddy.
Look, Warren, I don't know if I can accept the fact that you're gay. But I love you. And it doesn't change that love.
Thank you.
Now, I am not sure what Helen's going to make of all this.
I thought he might be a homosexual, Wiley. He never brought anybody home with him except for other men.
He brought Rebecca.
I think if Warren is doing what makes him happy, then we just have to try and understand.
He is my son, Helen.
Rebecca, I met my Miranda.
Did you?
Joff. His name is Joff. I've drawn 100 pictures of him.
Send me one.
And he loves me. But it's crazy. He tried to commit suicide right after I met him.
Why?
He was depressed, decided he was a bad person.
Is he?
No, he's not bad. He's just pretty messed up.
Oh, Warren.
I know.
You always wanted love like that.
And he can't stand the way I dress.
Not match socks.
Yes. And I shaved my beard, cut my hair.
Is he good to you?
He's as good as he knows how to be. I mean, he's not used to being very good to his lovers. He drinks a little too much, likes his drugs. But he's smart. And he's got a beautiful body. And you're gonna love this. He's a social worker.
Have you heard from Kelly?
Yes. He's moving to San Francisco with Steve.
Good. At least he'll be closer to you.
It must have been 4 or 5 years ago. Warren and I were working on a show in Nashville together. I was staying at his house. A tiny house in stellar design. There wasn't an inch of wall, floor, or ceiling that wasn't covered with something. Warren had outdone himself in this one. We were these two straight men living together. We weren't. We were these two gay men thinking the other man was straight.
I kept trying to see if Kelly was looking at me the same way that I was looking at him. But every time I thought I'd bring it up, the phone would ring. I'm not answering it anymore.
Should I?
Well, if you want to talk to someone. I don't. Not even me.
I don't have to talk to you on the phone.
Nope. We're in the same room.
We could talk to each other.
We could. want people to know.
But you knew I would be happy for you. Why doesn't Kelly want people to know?
He's confused about his feelings. I mean, he's staying in a house with a woman he loves. I've messed with his life. I gave him an either-or offer. I want everything. He'll probably stay with her.
There's this big moment when love is right, and if one or the other people isn't ready at that moment, you spend the rest of your life trying to get back to it. Somebody told Rebecca that, and she told Warren, and he told me. We all believed it. I didn't take that moment with Warren because I was afraid, and I didn't get a second chance.
I figured I wouldn't get a second chance to marry Joe because he was so sick. I was right. We got married in December. He got an AIDS diagnosis in January. We had heard about AIDS, mostly about the KS, because it's a visual thing. The lesions are obvious. But Joe didn't have any lesions. He just had sort of general maladies, a sore throat and a dry cough. He lost weight. He got a yeast infection and a diagnosis.
Now, Wiley, I think Florence is too sick to stay by herself. I know it might sound odd, her being your first wife and all, but I think we should ask her to move in here.
Well, we could fix up the basement for her. We could make her an apartment down there. You are a good woman, Helen.
R-D-I-V-O-R-C-E becomes final today. Me and little J-O-E, well, we're going away. Don't you love that song? Those are my favorite kind of country songs. You know, the ones where they spell stuff out. I want to mess with you. Can I?
I guess. What are you going to do with me?
Oh, I don't know. Play with your skirt, massage your legs, pour wine all over you.
Pour some into my mouth. I thought you were afraid of older women.
No, you're not an older woman. You're just Rebecca.
Oh, screw you, honey.
Do you want to?
You know I do.
Well, why don't we do it?
That's not the song I asked you to play for me.
I know, Mama.
That's the song I always asked you to play for me.
Maybe you shouldn't have another drink, Mama. You look so tired. Why don't you get some rest?
Walking from one side of the room to the other wears me out. Warren, do you have to live in San Francisco?
No. I mean, maybe I'll move back here.
I probably won't live long.
Good night, Mama. I want Mama to die. I don't want Mama to die alone. I mean, maybe I should move back and take care of her.
Your mama would like that.
You know, Daddy and Helen asked her to live with them.
Did they? And what'd she say to that?
A definite no.
I can't imagine your mom saying yes.
Are you afraid to die?
Terrified. I don't have religion or any cosmic progression discretion to provide me with answers or courage. I just think we begin and then we end.
I don't think I'm afraid. Except for the pain that comes from some terrible disease. I mean, I actually have a certain amount of curiosity about what it must feel like to know you're not going to live much longer.
I think I'd be bad at that.
I think I'd kick and scream.
I probably cry all the time.
Life doesn't make sense anyhow.
But I like it. Probably because we have to keep trying to figure out what it means. Don't you like it?
I don't know. I don't fit into it very well.
Who does?
Some people don't seem like they have any trouble living.
But they really do, though.
I don't think I can move back here. I mean, if I'm ever going to have a life that feels good to me, I think it's going to have to be in San Francisco.
Your mama is tough. She'll be okay.
I'll lose Joff if I move away.
I don't think we owe our parents anything that dictates giving up our own lives, even if they're sick.
I know, but I just feel so guilty about not doing it.
You'll make her feel guilty if you move back and are unhappy.
Ugh, I've got so much to show you in San Francisco. When are you coming?
As soon as I can.
That's what you always say.
I have a feeling I'll come.
Look, stop thinking up new projects and plan on doing one there.
Maybe somebody there will do one of my plays.
Well, I brought you a list of places to send them, and I want to take some back with me, so send some next week.
I will.
You know, I still have my tux for when we get famous. I still want to walk down the red carpet with you.
Maybe when we're 60, we'll go to Goodwill and buy a red carpet.
Well, you know, if you come to San Francisco, I'll wear my tux and lay out the red carpet.
No, we have to do it again when you're 60.
Oh, honey. By then you'll probably be at least 100,
Oh,
so...
good. Then I'll have all the answers to all of our questions. What are you doing?
Oh, just looking at your parts, seeing how they're doing.
How are yours doing?
Not so good. I've got parasites in my bowels or something. They're running tests.
Are you still going to bars?
Sometimes.
Oh, I don't understand you men.
Well, you will when you come to California.
Welcome home, Warren! How was your mother?
Not so good. I almost decided I had to stay out there, but I just couldn't. I just hate for her to be alone so much. Well, how's Joe?
He had a pretty good day today. We watched an old movie on TV, and he ate a whole bowl of soup. We even sat in the garden for an hour and talked about how the flowers were doing and what new bulbs I should order. You know, I am so grateful for the days when Joe feels like doing something, when we talk about something besides AIDS.
Well, look, I finally told my parents I was gay.
Oh, good for you, honey. It's about time. Did they handle it?
Did they have a choice?
But don't you feel a burden lifted off yourself? You do it for you anyway, not for them. I told my parents when I was really young, and then I left and told them where I'd be. I didn't hear much from them. But then my family is here. My family is you and Kelly and Joe, all of us, the whole gay community. This is the family that loves and understands me. This is the world I choose to live in.
Me too.
You know, I used to dread the holidays and going home to the folks where we would all sit around and stare at each other waiting for a chance to escape. But with my family here, we share interests and concerns. We talk. We give each other real hugs. We struggle, but we love. You know, Joe and I could cook a Christmas dinner together that would make your head swim.
I believe that.
And we were the last word in chic. Everything was a ceremony. I miss that to-do and hoopla. Things changed, though, day by day. We're like old men now, sitting around talking about who else has died and who is sick.
How are you feeling?
I don't know. I get scared, and then I feel better.
I know what you mean.
You aren't sick, are you?
I don't think I am. But I don't know either.
This is a damn terrible disease.
Warren called. He says he isn't feeling too well. I don't think he takes good care of himself.
Warren called 3 times this week. He was in bed sick with the flu, so we talked from one sick bed to the other. I wish he was living closer to home. Not that there's anything I could do for him in the state I'm in.
Warren called. Now that boy must not be taking care of himself. It seems like he's sick every week or so. You know what? We need to send him some money so he can eat right and pay all those doctor bills.
Let's do that. And I'm going to get him one of those big bottles of vitamins, too. That way, if he doesn't eat, at least he's giving his body what it needs. I'm going to get that Kelly a bottle of vitamins, too.
Let's do that today.
Warren called. He said his parasites got cleared up, but now he's running a fever every night. I was worried about AIDS, but he says he's been to the clinic and they tested him, and he doesn't have it. Worry, why do I let myself worry? Wondering, what in the world can I do?
Warren, I don't think you're eating enough. Take some more vitamins.
Stop mothering me, Kelly. Just quit.
Don't you have another appointment at the clinic?
Yes.
I'll give you a ride.
Just stop taking care of me.
I'll stop when you get better.
Warren,
Yes.
you need to spend a few days in the hospital for some tests, a bronchoscopy, some blood work, a thorough evaluation of what's going on inside of your body. I'm putting you in General Hospital, Ward 5B. I've already called to get you a bed.
But that's the AIDS ward.
Yes, it is. Maybe the tests will be negative. Warren, the results were positive. You have pneumocystis and meningitis, opportunistic infections that have attacked your body because your immune system isn't functioning properly. The infections can be treated. There is no known way at this time to treat AIDS. I'm sorry.
So am I. Now I know.
AIDS.
Yes.
Oh no.
I think it's better than not knowing.
I guess.
I think I should call Mama and Daddy.
I will.
No, I will.
Tell them I'm staying here with you.
You're not.
Yes, I am.
Kelly, I don't want you to stay.
I can't leave you in San Francisco like this.
Yes, you can.
I won't leave.
Look, I'm in the hospital. They'll take care of me.
I know that, but I want to be here.
Look, just go do the show, okay? They need you.
I need to be here with you.
Well, tough. I don't want you here.
Warren,
You wouldn't have any money to live on.
I would figure it out.
How?
I don't know how right now.
I don't want anyone around me. Only the doctors.
Why don't we talk about it tomorrow?
Because you're leaving tomorrow. Okay, you're driving home now, packing up the car. Driving home for Christmas and then going to Tennessee to do the show.
I can't.
You can. You have to.
Why can't you let me decide what I want to do?
Because you'll decide to stay here. And give up everything so you can watch me be sick and die.
And what is wrong with that?
You need to get on with your life.
Getting on with my life means being here with you.
Look, okay, well, fine. I'll tell them not to let you in. I mean, you'll be staying out here for nothing. They won't let you in if I ask them to keep you out.
You wouldn't do that, would you?
Why not? Look what you're trying to do to me.
It's for me, Warren.
Well, I don't want to be guilty over you.
You don't have to be. I'm the one making this choice.
Well, I'm not going to cooperate with your choice.
Then don't. I'm staying anyhow.
You'll make me feel worse if you stay.
Well, whatever. Do you want me to leave while you call your folks?
I don't care.
Help me just a little.
Just leave San Francisco!
No.
Okay. Stay till the grisly end.
Are you scared?
I don't know. I have a lot of things to do. I have to call people and let them know.
I know.
We should do something with my things.
I'll store them.
We should give them away. I have AIDS.
You could get better again. Live at home, like Joe does.
I want to go home to the South to die.
When you get out of the hospital, I will drive you home. We'll take a trip, cross country.
I never got to finish anything I wanted to do. I'm not going to have a legacy. Kelly, what if you get it too?
If I do, then I do.
I could have given it to you.
I could have given it to you.
God, why is this happening?
It isn't fair. It just isn't fair.
I don't want to die, Kelly.
I don't want you to.
I just feel so bad.
I know.
I have to call people. I have got to call people and let them know something. I hate to do this right before Christmas, but I'm not going to get a chance to get home. I mean, really, at least to have a diagnosis. I mean, I think knowing is better than not knowing, right? Can you hand me the phone? I wish someone could be there with Mama.
Hello?
It's Warren.
Warren?
Warren.
Got some bad news.
What's the matter, son?
You're coming home for Christmas, aren't you?
Are you still feeling
Just
sick?
listen for a minute, please.
Okay.
Okay.
Don't interrupt me for a few minutes.
Okay.
Hi.
Okay.
I'm in the hospital. Special ward. The AIDS ward. I have a diagnosis. I have AIDS.
I'm coming
coming
out.
Coming out there to
No.
see you.
Don't come now, please. I'm pretty sick. I've got pneumocystis and meningitis or something. I just wanted you to have my phone number. Don't come now. Wait. I'm okay. Kelly's here with me.
Oh, good.
Okay, good.
I'm pretty tired. The medicine makes me sick to my stomach. Good night.
I love you,
I love
Warren.
you.
Called everybody. Mama, Daddy and Helen, William, Wendell, Roger, Jack, Don, Rebecca, Taylor. Everybody knows.
And you told them.
I wanted them to hear it from me.
You were strong.
No, I'm not. I just feel like crying.
Why don't we do that for a little while? It's like a war zone. Men hold each other and cry. We talk from our hearts in a way we never could before. Sam and I cry every time we see each other. I can't look at what this is doing to him without crying. He is a beautiful man. Joe wants to die at home. They talked it over and agreed on it. So Sam is the nurse. Some days they giggle and laugh, and some days are completely silent. People come by with presents. A drag queen came by last night and performed her entire repertoire. Oh, Joe smiled and smiled. And then the drag queen sat out on the front steps, sobbing her heart out. It's like people do everything they can think of to do, but nothing stops the dying. Love don't need a reason. Love is never a crime. Love is all we have for now. What we don't have is time.
Kelly, Joe and I talked it over. We have a room in the basement and we want you to move in. And we won't be needing any rent. It's the least we can do in the middle of this horror. Besides, you can watch Joe sometimes. Maybe I can go to a movie.
Thank you, Sam. And please let me know if there's anything I can do to help.
How's Warren handling it?
With a lot of courage.
Warren?
Yes.
I'm your nurse for the day, darling. Let me get a look at your face. You got a good face, good eyes, and I do like taking care of the needs of the pretty. Don't get me wrong, I like taking care of needs. You know, I figured since I was a faggot, I may as well be a nurse, get paid for what I like to do anyhow. And I like to talk. Now, you could tell me to stop.
Don't stop talking.
I knew I would like you, Warren. Now, I've been off duty since you checked into this hotel, but 17B has the best patients on the ward. It's a magic room. God, I work nights most of the time, but I'll spend half the night in this room talking. Oh, I've got a bottle of champagne. Well, do you want a glass? I mean, it is, after all, the holiday season.
Should I drink champagne?
Honey, if you want champagne, you should drink champagne. I even brought a couple of glasses because I just detest drinking out of the wrong kind of glass, don't you?
Absolutely.
So how are you feeling?
Not so bad.
Bore me to tears, Warren. I asked you how you felt.
Okay, but you asked for it. I feel rotten. Scared. Mad as hell, like I'm getting cheated out of my life.
I thought that's probably how you were feeling, sweetheart. Thought that's probably how you were feeling. But let's just talk straight about these things, okay? Now, you've been here for 3 days?
Yes.
And you're on interferon?
Yes.
How's your stomach?
It's terrible. I have diarrhea about 10 times a day. I can't get out of the bed because of this thing. You're not going to like being my nurse unless you don't mind changing sheets.
Well, I am. Don't mind at all.
I mean, it's the most humiliating part of being in here.
Well, you're just gonna have to get over that. I mean, you have more serious things to keep on your mind. Besides, half the nurses volunteered to work on this ward because they wanted to change sheets. Now how about some lotion?
That and a glass of champagne ought to help me sleep.
Plus you get a non-stop assortment of my bedtime stories. They put everyone to sleep.
Who are you?
Charles, if you're asking my name. But the greater complexities of the deeper who will become obvious as I reveal my entire life story to you over the late nights we spend together.
I'm glad to meet you, Charles.
And I you, Warren.
Did all the people in this room die?
Not all of them. Most of them did.
I think I might die in this room.
Well, it has the best view of any room on the ward. You know, I always thought that it was just beautiful.
It is. I lay here and I look at it for hours. It reminds me a little of Tennessee in the mountains.
Somebody told me you draw.
Yes. That brown book right there. The one with the brown cover on it. I illustrated that one. It's one of the ones.
Can I look at this after you sleep?
Oh, I'd be delighted if you did.
Maybe you'll feel like drawing some while you're here.
Oh, I hope I can. I've got to cram the rest of my life with art into the next few weeks or months or however long it is. I hope to leave a whole lot of new drawings. I'm not going to get a chance to do everything I wanted to do.
Nobody does, honey, even if they're 90. But it's a hell of a bad break for you. Now stick your little butt up in the air so I can rub your bottom. Come on. Don't you have a cute little one?
I've lost so much weight.
Oh, honey, you're still a cutie, even if you're a skinny cutie. Now, let's see. I'll start out by telling you about my lover. We have this great romantic story. Now, we met when we volunteered to work here on the AIDS ward. He's the quiet, gentle type, you know, the complete opposite to me. And his name's Michael. He's a nurse, but he only works part-time. He has this ambition to do greater things with his life, so he's back in school taking one medical course at a time on his way to being a doctor. I just don't have that sort of dedication, so I help out by doing the cooking and the cleaning. Well, I guess you want to know what he looks like. Well, he has brown hair. I mean, it's not as dark as yours. What is that, a chestnut brown? He has these arms, these wonderful arms, you know, just the right size and length to wrap me up in. Do you want to know how old he is? Warren? Good night, honey. We'll just save that champagne for a bad night.
Now, Wiley, there is no way Florence can go out there except with us. So I called and told her we had made a plane reservation for her, and she said, okay. Poor thing. Must have been hard for her to say yes to that. You know, I worry about her the same way I do about you and Warren.
Well, I guess, you know, we're all family now.
We are. So, what kind of clothes do you wear in San Francisco?
Well, from what I heard, we're going to see just about everything out there.
Should we get Warren some new pajamas?
Oh, that might be nice. No, he's saying he doesn't need anything, and Kelly said he gets a package in the mail just about every day.
Well, I think that's nice.
So do I.
Well, let's just get him a few things.
Let's do that.
Oh, this room looks terrible. Mama and Daddy and Helen will be here in a few hours. We've got to do something about the way it looks in here. Now, look, take those books, move them over there, and get a rag and wipe off the table. Ugh. See if one of the nurses can bathe me. And I gotta get my hair washed. Hey, did you call Sam? Is he able to take everybody out tomorrow? I don't want them visiting San Francisco and just sitting in a hospital room.
Sam is available. I found that he found someone to stay with Joe.
Oh, good. No, move those books back. They look better over there. Now look, Sam should take Helen to Fisherman's Wharf and where else?
Twin Peaks?
Yes, at sunset, if he can work that out. And he should wear his leather. Tell him that.
I told him.
Okay. How sick do I look?
You look pretty good today, sweetie.
Ugh, last night was terrible. I had a burning up with fever. Charles brought me a glass of champagne. We should have some food, okay? For Mama and Daddy, some snacks in their hotel room. Can you do that, please?
I think everything will be fine. We will take good care of them.
I know. I just wish there was some way I look like I feel better.
They're coming because you're sick. They're not expecting you to look well.
I know, but I don't like it. I don't like people looking at me like this.
I have to go pick them up.
Well, good. Go then. Don't be late or you'll worry them. Oh, Kelly. How are they going to deal with this?
They're doing pretty good so far. Give them a chance.
Oh, there's my boy.
Hello, son.
We brought you some pajamas. They're silk.
How was the trip?
It was okay, son.
It was hard on your mother.
Florence did just fine.
I could use a place to sit down.
Oh, where's Kelly? He can get you a chair.
Now, he's parking the car. He let us off at the front entrance, so Florence wouldn't have to walk so far. Here, let's sit you down over there, Florence.
Warren, do you want something to eat or drink?
Oh, no thanks.
How about you, Florence?
I would like a Coke.
I saw a drink machine on the way in.
Why don't you tell Helen to sit down and stop waiting on everybody?
I thought you wanted a Coke.
Well, I did. Warren, are you eating anything? You don't look like you weigh enough for anything.
Well, that's one of the things about AIDS. You get pretty skinny.
Yeah, but are you trying to eat? I mean...
Yes, Daddy. But I can't keep the food down. I've got diarrhea a lot.
Can we stay here long, Warren?
Family and lovers can come anytime. The doctors and nurses are wonderful in this ward. They volunteered to work here.
Are they afraid of catching AIDS?
Maybe a little bit, but not too much is known about AIDS.
Oh, they wouldn't even admit Warren to the hospital in Tennessee, Florence. You remember that, don't you? I mean, they said they didn't know enough about the disease to even treat it.
Yeah, they didn't want me there. I mean, a lot of people with AIDS are treated like lepers by doctors, too.
Now, son, this is new for a lot of us.
Are you Joff?
No, I'm Sam.
Oh, I thought you might be Joff. I'm Helen, Warren's stepmother.
Oh, I was just coming to meet you.
Warren told us you gave Kelly a place to stay.
Well, we're all sticking together out here. We have to.
And how is Joe? Kelly told us about Joe, too.
He's doing a lot better than Warren right now.
And you're taking care of him at home?
Yes, we decided that's what we wanted to do.
When I want to know something, I just ask.
Well, if I know the answer, I'll just tell it to you.
How sick is Warren?
He's real sick. He has ups and downs, which is normal. But as soon as he gets well from one thing, something else gets him. It's a vicious losing battle.
Are all of these rooms men with AIDS?
Yes, and there are a lot more hospitals in this city with more men in them. And there are others like Joe who are still at home. And there are more who are showing symptoms of AIDS and are outpatients at clinics.
Now, do you think they're doing everything they can to find a cure?
I hope so. I don't know. I mean, the city here is funding a lot of research, and the CDC in Atlanta is doing a lot. But still, right now, this is a gay man's disease primarily, and there are a lot of people who don't care what happens to us.
Well, you're human, too.
Well, some people don't think so.
I think that's terrible.
Good for you. Convince some more people.
I'll try. Is everyone Warren slept with going to get AIDS?
No. At least not as far as anyone knows right now. Some people seem to be more susceptible than others.
So you might get it from Joe, but you might not.
Looks that way.
Are you afraid?
It'd be stupid not to be.
We have got to find a way to stop people from getting this.
We do.
I'm glad you talked to me, Sam.
Anytime.
Sam and I have just been talking away out there in the hallway. Oh, you don't know Florence and Wiley, do you? This is Sam.
We appreciate you helping out with Warren.
My pleasure.
Ooh, you got a crowd in here today, darling. Well, I won't bother you for long. I just came to get the temperature.
This is Charles.
Close up your mouth, honey. I'll do the talking. I'm his nurse. Oh, this must be your family. Well, Warren is the patient of my dreams, besides being good looking. And his pictures are just so fabulous.
Yes, we're very proud of his artwork.
And I should say you should be. Oh, gosh, I cried. When I read it, can't take no more now. A story like that usually wouldn't get to me, but those pictures, they were just fabulous. But I'm sure you don't need to hear this from me. Now, let's see how we're doing. Put that somewhere. Not too bad. Nothing to compare to last night. Well, I absolutely hate to leave a room full of people, but I have to go get these temps charted in the next hour, so enjoy San Francisco. Ta-ta.
I have never seen a nurse like him before.
Neither have I. And I've been in and out of the hospital 4 or 5 times.
Charles, he's a delight.
You know, anyone that helps me with my son, he's all right with me.
Wiley?
Yes.
The doctor's here. You wanted to meet him?
Please.
So do I.
Mr. and Mrs. Johnson?
Yes.
I can't tell you much about Warren.
Is he going to get out of the hospital? Can he come home?
I can't say. We never know how a patient will respond to treatment.
Is he dying?
He might have months and he might die tonight. All we can do is monitor everything and treat it as we find it. As you know, there is no treatment for AIDS.
Oh, I heard on the news that they had isolated the virus.
It will probably take years for a treatment for the virus. In all likelihood, Warren won't last that long.
Wiley, I think we have to say goodbye to our boy.
I think we should.
Warren, I'm not your real mother, but I have loved you like my son. And if you want or need anything, you tell Wiley and me, and we will make sure you have it.
Take care of Daddy for me. And Mama too, if you can.
I can.
I never thought that you would be the first to go, Warren. But it looks like you will be. I'm going to miss your phone calls, son. They were all I had to look forward to. You call me as long as you can, will you?
I will, Mama.
Well, Kelly is power of attorney, so he'll take care of any of the business that needs taken care of. Now, of course, Helen and I will be there to talk through anything you want to talk through. Look, I don't like leaving you here, Warren, and I don't see how I could stay. I wish you could be with me, son, but I have always been proud of you, Warren. Anything you've ever done, and I still am.
Come here, Daddy, for a minute. Please. You were a good father. You always helped me when I was scared.
Now, you call your mother as often as you can, son.
Okay. Bye, Daddy. Helen just left.
Did it go okay?
They were wonderful. You should have seen Daddy staring at Sam and his leather. And then Helen's just wanted to know every detail about everything. And Mama, she just looked so sick. But she rode home first class and got a free drink. A man on the plane bought it for her. I think they're okay.
I'm sure they are, honey. They made you.
Are you coming?
Yes. Kelly, I don't know what I'm going to say to him.
Think of something.
I hope so.
She will, won't she, Sam?
You don't have a choice.
Rebecca.
Hi, honey. How are you feeling?
Oh, I'm tired all the time. That's a terrible disease. How was the trip?
Easy. I'm at the hard part now.
Oh, but look at all my mail. I didn't think I knew this many people.
You know a lot of people.
I didn't think they'd write. Oh, look. Ruby. Valeria. I got a letter from Taylor today. His letters are the best. He's always so depressed.
I can't believe this. Does he always write like this?
That one's more cheerful than most.
I would hate to read the depressed one. Are you hurting?
Not right now.
You got these tubes.
Oh.
What are they doing to you?
Blood, IVs. The pneumonia's gone, but they're still treating the meningitis. The medicine for that's terrible. I can't gain weight. Well, I can't keep any food down.
You're so skinny.
Oh, don't rub my leg. Everybody who comes in here rubs my leg.
Does it hurt?
Only because they're doing it because I'm dying.
I don't want you to die.
It doesn't matter what you want.
I know. What if I can't get down in the muck with you?
You have to. It's our last chance. You paid a lot of money to come out here so you could say goodbye to me.
I didn't come out here to say goodbye.
Yes, you did. Now look, suppose I don't die. And all these people have come to see me and have written me.
That would be wonderful.
Well, it's not gonna happen. So come on. Let's muck.
I think we are. So how's Joff?
Oh, don't grit your teeth when you say his name like that. He didn't do this.
He helps.
Look, when I was young and scared at night, I used to call out to my daddy. But I'd be too scared to say it loud enough. Once I stopped whispering, and he could hear me, he'd come into my room, take me in his arms, wrap me up, and take away my fear. That's what I was to Joff. That's what I wanted to be.
Where is he now?
He's scared. I don't want him here.
say, Nicole?
He needs to get out of here.
He wants to be with you.
Well, you don't have to live with the guilt of him giving up his life for you.
That is Kelly's choice. He loves you.
I know. You love me, and Kelly loves me.
So do other people.
Yeah, but I didn't believe him. I always knew the two of you did. I believed you.
I listened to Tammy Wynette before I left home.
RDIVORC becomes final day.
That is still one of the best afternoons I've ever had.
Did Kelly tell you what I want done with my ashes?
Dom's farm.
Shit. Now I'm crying.
So am I.
While we're crying, do you mind at least putting some lotion on me? Oh, my skin's so dry. My hair's greasy. Oh, didn't I just look terrible in Newsweek?
Oh, not to me, honey.
They all came if they could. And they wrote. And they called. They even sent gifts.
We wanted to keep Warren with us.
You have to let him go if he wants to go.
Am I holding him?
He might be.
I'm writing a play about him. I want Warren to decide whether he likes it.
Am I the bad guy?
No. I love watching the two of you with each other. I've never seen men so gentle.
We have to have something soft in our lives. Don't hold him here.
Hello?
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 He's doing so much worse. He's having seizures. I don't think he can take much more.
Warren.
Warren.
Warren. I'll be all right without you. You can go if you need to go. I miss you, sweetie. Miss you. But I'll be okay without you.
Honey, have I got a story for you today? I called my parents and I told them about Michael. And they're coming to meet him. For days I have to cook and clean and... I tell you what, Warren, we're gonna give you a nice bath and make you sweet and clean as a baby. just like you wanted me. Kelly, Warren died this morning. He died looking out of the window. He didn't struggle, he just stopped.
I wanted to be with him when he died.
He might have wanted to be alone.
I know. His father is going to sing the Lord's Prayer at the ritual closing. We're not calling it a funeral. Florence can't come, so we're taping it. William and Jack and Wendell and Robin are building a bonfire out of firecrackers. Don is showing art dances. And we're scattering his ashes in the image.
Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our debt, as we forgive our debtors. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, and the power, and the glory, forever.
My boy is still with me, even if I can't talk to him on the phone. I talk to him anyhow, every single day.
I send Wiley out fishing pretty often. I think he feels closer to Warren when he's out there alone.
I spent a month out in San Francisco, time with Kelly and Sam. Joe died while I was out there, at home with Sam the way he wanted it. I interviewed patients on the AIDS ward. I'm writing a book about them.
It's a war zone. Vital young men are dying.
We talk from our hearts in a way we never could before.
There has to be some beauty and meaning from these ashes.